Another must-win game for the Houston Texans. Welcome to Off the Gridiron, your Apollo HOU Houston Texans podcast. My name is Noah Outlaw. I am one of your hosts, as always, and as always, I'm here with Garrett Harrelson. What's up, brother?
Yeah, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm good. I'm nervous. I feel like last week was just like this. We were nervous on last week's preview going into that Jags game. It obviously didn't go the way we wanted to, but it's a new week.
No.
And we got a Broncos team that's hot. I mean, they're hot right now, but beatable.
Yeah, I mean, beatable is definitely that's definitely a thing to describe them as. They
Yeah.
got 70 pumped on their heads earlier in the season. They are beatable.
Yeah.
But in the last 5 weeks and this 5-game winning streak, man, they look really good. They look
do.
really strong. We'll go over like keys of the game, injuries, and also score predictions. But firstly, I want to thank our sponsors, Zing Zang Bloody Mary Mix. It's delicious. It's blazing hot, so it's perfect for the winter. Maybe not if you're in Houston because it's 70 degrees outside right now. Thank you to Celebrity Mint. They have these awesome Ric Flair trading coins, legal tender. Thank you, Celebrity Mint, and thank you, Big City Wings.
Yeah, shout out to all the sponsors. Also,
go ahead. Sorry.
Our giveaway for the Mike Tyson glove that we announced on the last podcast. We've picked a winner. Check the description. We'll put the winner in the description, and if it's you, congratulations. And go ahead and DM us on any of our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, whatever you got, and we'll be sure to get it to you. So congrats.
Yes, we'll send it your way. We'll also comment on your comment on the video to make sure to remind you to get this Tyson glove because it's here, yours. It's for you, it's ready to go. So
yeah, just Mike Tyson signed boxing glove. You're gonna want that in your man cave or wherever. So make sure you reach out to us and we'll get it to you. But let's get into this week's game. Russell Wilson and the Broncos face the Houston Texans in Houston, guys, in Houston. So this is big, and there's been a lot of stuff going on in the media. J.J. Watt's been talking about it. The fans in Houston are really disappointing.
Yeah,
a lot of people.
I don't know if you saw his tweet because I think you saw on Pat McAfee. They're like, "What the heck, JJ? They're in a playoff race," and he's like, "Yeah, man, I don't know." But that video clip, JJ came out and quote tweeted the Pat McAfee clip, and he was like, "It's just come to my attention that this game was the Cardinals game, not the Jaguars game.
Okay.
The Jaguars game was in fact super packed and almost sold out. I don't know if it was sold out, but it was damn near. It was a lot. It was loud, dude. It was loud.
Okay.
He said, "I'm upset I didn't catch this on air." So. Yeah, Pat McAfee threw him a curveball, and he fucking swung and missed.
He did, and so that's good. I don't know. I haven't seen. I don't know of anybody who was even at that Jags game. I hope the environment was pumping and fun because it should have been. That was the most important game of the year, and obviously it hurt. But keep that same energy, Texans fans, this week. I mean, go to NRG, pack the place out because the Broncos are hot, but so are the Texans, and so is this fan base. We're excited again. So let's go. Let's be loud.
I was hoping that the game wouldn't discourage them from going to another. Like the Jaguars game, they all go there and they're like, "Oh fuck, we lost, dude."
Yeah.
Back to our losing ways. I'm like, we should tinfoil hats up there. I'm not gonna get it, but we shouldn't have lost that fucking game.
No,
so fill those seats, man.
Yeah,
asses in seats. Let's go.
Let's get
asses in seats.
That's right. This game's at 1 p.m. Eastern time, noon Central. It got flexed. This game originally was supposed to be a 3:25 game.
It's fucking so funny still when everyone is like, "Let's get CJ in prime time. Let's do it." I mean, that's a perfect game. And then the NFL went, "We are flexing it." Yes. And it's like, really? It's like to 1 p.m. Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh.
So now the Texans have only 1 p.m. games all year. Like that's it. That's all they've been. Which here's the deal though, like it is funny because you're right. It'd be nice to see this game on Sunday night or Monday night. But the deal is like the NFL does respect this game and does want more eyes on it. But the thing is, if it's stuck to that 3:25 time slot, it would be totally overtaken by that Eagles 49ers game. So now over half the country for that time slot will be able to watch this game. So a lot of eyes on this game, a lot of playoff implications for this game for the AFC divisionally. A big deal. So Garrett, first off, let me just get some thoughts from you about the game as a whole, and kind of what you're expecting.
So going into the Jaguars game, I was nervous, but I was like, I'm confident. I'm confident.
Yeah,
Less confident this week, only because one thing we have to remember, and I keep forgetting about the Texans, but they just keep tricking me. This is such a young, inexperienced team.
yeah,
They're so young and inexperienced. Like CJ Stroud, the captain, the MVP, the drive leader, like the leading cause of why we're winning games mostly is a rookie, bro. He's 22. So
yeah.
yeah, he I don't I mean, I'm not going to be surprised when if he gets outdueled by 30-something-year-old Russell Wilson and Sean Payton with as his
Right,
coach.
right.
You know, to me this is like a must win to stay relevant in the postseason hunt
Of
or the
course,
fucking postseason. I'm still hooked on
it's still
baseball.
wild we're
The
talking
playoff
about that.
hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're still got to remain relevant by winning this game. I
Hmm.
think 6-6 is still in the hunt, so I mean we'll still be there.
Yeah.
But you win this game, and I think you might be in. You know, so uh, obviously it's must win. But at the same time, like I said, if you don't win, I'm not gonna be shocked. I'm not also not even going to be that upset unless it's another ref show.
Yeah. I mean, here's the deal. Also, you're right. It is. It's super important for our because here's the Broncos are sitting at a 9 seed right now. The Texans are at an 8 seed. We're right on the
Right about.
cusp, but we're right on the brink of being in the playoff picture. So obviously, it's a must win in that regard. But then the Broncos, if they win this game against this hot Texans team, their momentum, which they already have a ton of. I mean, they have the longest win streak in the league right now. They won 5 straight, as everyone knows. They are just going to keep steamrolling teams because this is going to be a huge answer. This is the biggest test for the Broncos they've had since they've been, good. Since they because early in the season they played some good teams like the Dolphins and got like you mentioned earlier, got 70 dropped on them. They were awful. They were an awful football team. But since they've been hot, I think they played the Chiefs. They beat the Chiefs, which was obviously kind of the beginning of this kind of
Yeah,
this
they
win
beat
streak for them.
they beat the
And
Bills.
yeah, and the Bills. So then this Texans team though coming in, this is going to make or break this kind of era for them right now. Like, are they real? Can they keep it up? Can they come in against C.J. Stroud and shut him down? Because even Mahomes, when they played him, they kind of it was a very quiet day from Mahomes. And that's Patrick fucking Mahomes. So I'm
Yeah,
very interested to see what they do with CJ Stroud. And if CJ Stroud can have a good day against Pat Surtain and this Broncos defense, I don't know what the kid can do. I already think that, but if he
I mean,
comes in to play this Broncos team and just has a very solid day, if he throws for over 300 yards and a couple touchdowns, he is the best quarterback in the league. Like no doubt about it.
CJ's the best quarterback in the league if he does well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Damn.
Yeah,
All right, all right, all right. I like it. I like it. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm in an agreement with maybe not the best quarterback in the league, but I mean, if he goes in and shreds that Broncos defense, wins this game,
yeah,
you have to undeniably put him as like top three, not three quarterback.
yeah,
Like, is he like the second best quarterback? I don't know if anyone can be better than Mahomes still. Put Mahomes on any team, he's just gonna they're good.
yeah,
He's just that kind of generational quarterback. CJ Stroud is on his way to becoming the generational quarterback that Mahomes is himself. But I mean, like top three this year for sure if he's able
yeah,
to shred this defense and beat them. And I mean, we he has had success against better defenses
yeah.
in like harder situations this year
Hmm.
already. I mean, maybe not because the Broncos defense is playing really well right now. But
Yeah.
I mean, CJ did go outduel Joe Burrow.
Hmm.
He's done that.
Yep.
He went into Jacksonville already and pooped on them. He's
Yeah.
done that. He's beaten this. He beat the Saints. He
He
beat the
beat that
Saints already.
Steelers defense that had all the hype in the world over
See,
them.
dude, he blew out the Steelers
Hmm.
defense. So this is definitely a test for sure, another test, but nothing that CJ hasn't seen already.
Yeah.
You know, and that's gonna. I mean, he's getting experience every week. He's getting better every week. So I'm confident that he's gonna have a good game. I
Yeah.
am. He's gonna have a good game.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously the supporting cast around CJ, which he's uplifted and elevated every player, is very important. And there's some interesting, some very key injuries that we've been keeping an eye on all week. Tank Dell has had a problem with his knee after the Jags game. He didn't practice on Wednesday, I believe, and he's been limited ever since.
Yeah, he
But
got
it looks like
imaging.
he's good. Tank looks like he's been good, and
Yeah,
he practiced today, which is this is Friday. So that's a good sign that he'll be available Sunday. Same with
yeah,
Jimmy Ward. We've been missing Jimmy Ward a lot. Jimmy Ward's been out the past 2 weeks, I believe,
yeah.
and it looks like he'll be available on Sunday as well, which is huge because I mean, Jimmy Ward is a phenomenal player, a phenomenal safety. When him and Petrie are at full force, it's hard to get anything past them. So,
Yeah,
love
and
that.
we really miss Jimmy Ward against the Jaguars because there's a
Yeah,
few plays where the receivers took the top over the defense a little
yeah,
bit,
yeah.
and usually we don't give up big passing plays like that, but
No.
we did it a few times against the Jaguars. So having Jimmy Ward back will be extremely helpful to prevent shit like that.
Yeah, and on the bad news side, Dalton Schultz, who's just had been phenomenal, had a phenomenal year so far, is dealing with a hamstring issue. Looks like he will not be playing. He hasn't practiced all week, which is not a good sign for his availability. Nothing is for sure yet, but it's safe to assume that Dalton Schultz will not be available on Sunday. So
Yeah,
that's a big blow to this offense,
that
but
fucking blows.
yeah,
That
it
blows.
is. It does, but overall, it'll be okay. We got guys who can step up. We got Brevin Jordan, who is not a bad player, and him and CJ are really close, so that bodes well for their chemistry on the field. And also, Tegan Quatoriano is available as well. Noah
Yeah,
Brown is a maybe. It's up in the air. He's been out the last couple weeks, or was out against the Jags, and he was kind of it was like pregame game time decision. He was going to work out before the Jags game to see if he was ready. He was not. And obviously, which would have been Noah Brown, especially in the past few weeks, has been a huge part of the offense. So hopefully we
he
can see him out there.
it's hilarious how he went from 150 yards touchdown, 170 yards against the win against the Bengals. Oh, he's been out. It's
Yeah,
like fuck.
yeah,
It's been and it sucks that we haven't had our offense fully healthy once this
yeah,
season. Isn't that
yeah.
kind of scary? Like
It's
for
very scary.
opposing teams, it's like, man, CJ's been doing all this without a fully healthy offense.
Yeah,
It's always with the offensive line, and we're not going to have a fully healthy offense for the rest of the season. Now
sure.
that unfortunately Titus Howard
Yeah,
is out for the season.
yeah,
So I mean, all these things is like you just take give one and they take one,
yeah,
right? It's
yeah,
like, oh, Tank Dell comes back from concussion. Oh,
yeah,
Robert Woods is out.
yeah.
Robert Woods comes back. Oh, Noah Brown is out now. Oh, Noah Brown might be back. Oh, Dalton Schultz is out now.
Yeah.
Damian Pierce has been out. It's like it's take one, give one, and it's like, damn, I wish our offense was obviously you
I
can't
mean,
prevent it.
more
Injuries happen.
specifically,
So,
the receiving core itself, when they're all healthy,
yeah.
I don't understand what any defense can do to stop Tank Dell, Noah Brown, Nico Collins, Robert Woods, and Dalton Schultz all at the same
Well,
time.
Well, you remember
No.
the last time all those guys played, and I believe Robert Woods wasn't playing. Maybe he was.
Yeah.
When all those guys played, Tank Dell, Nico Collins, Noah Brown, Dalton Schultz, CJ threw 5 touchdowns
Yeah.
against the Buccaneers. He
Exactly.
fucking
Yeah.
he did that.
Yeah.
He's already proven that if the receiving core and all his receiving options and the run game is fully healthy,
Mhm.
he will shred a fucking defense, buddy.
Yeah.
He will
I,
do it.
I,
He's like,
I
I'll fucking do it
it's
again.
it's ridiculous, and it sucks to we're always one guy away from getting back to that. But I'm really happy to see that Tank's going to be playing because Tank and Nico are the two most important pieces of that receiving core.
Yeah.
And Schultz definitely is in that mix too. Schultz not playing sucks, but if we can add Noah Brown and take away Schultz, that could still be a big day. And I think, honestly, I think Brevin Jordan's a type of player who can really step up. I think Brevin Jordan, when put in a position where, all right, look, next man up mentality, I think Brevin Jordan can come out and have a solid day. He's more than serviceable. I mean, he's a good player. But
Yeah.
obviously Schultz is currently, I mean, what, a top 5 tight end in the league, top maybe
He's
better.
right there. If he's not top 5, he's on the right on the outside,
Yeah,
like 6, you know? I mean, he's right
exactly.
there. And
So
you're right about Brevin. This is the opportunity for him because you, my man, my brother, my friend, my New York
mhm,
friend, you've
yep,
been on this Brevin train since we drafted him.
yeah,
You love you some Brevin Jordan.
I
Oh
do,
yeah. Oh yeah. And
I do.
this is the game for him to step up and
Mhm.
shoot like to show that he has a place on this team. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
If
absolutely.
he doesn't step up, it's like, man, I don't know if you have a place on this team. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Because I mean, Dalton Schultz being out, you should command some targets.
mhm,
And if you only get like 1 or 2 receptions, I mean,
yeah,
it's the chance has been ruined. I
of
mean,
course. Yeah,
so
absolutely,
I know he can though. I know he can.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'd
like
love
I
to see
mentioned a
him
minute
just
ago, in the off the field relationship between C.J. Stroud and Brevin Jordan is really interesting and cool. They're really close. They're both very religious, and they do a lot of things together when it comes to worshiping and stuff like that. So they've become really close. Brevin Jordan was talking about that recently, and so I think that is going to be a huge part of their on the field dynamic. We saw it earlier this year already. I mean, when Brevin Jordan has a touchdown this year, which uh, and early had a couple games when Dalton Schultz was having a slow start. Brevin Jordan was out there making plays. So you're right though. This is Brevin's time. Look, man. Hey, the guy's out. Dalton Schultz is the guy on this team. He's tied in one, no doubt about it. But if he's not playing, it's time for you to step up. And Teagan too. I think Teagan Cotoriano could be somewhat of a guy in this league. I don't know to what level, but I also hope that he gets some plays too. I want him to get some reps. What's he got? Because he's a guy we drafted. I mean, I think he was a 5th rounder, but I mean, I've seen flashes from him making big plays. So we'll see. I'm interested. I'm not too worried about the tight end position with Schultz out. It obviously sucks he won't be there, but I'm not too worried about it.
yeah. I'm a little bit more worried because that is a guy that like wow. I mean,
Yeah,
because the Jaguars kind of locked him up. They only held him to 1 reception for like two
yeah,
yards or something. They kind of locked him up, and when you lock him up, I feel like the offense is just a little bit worse, a little bit more lethargic
hmm,
when Dalton Schultz is locked up,
yeah.
and that's why
I agree.
we couldn't finish the game off. We couldn't get in better field position,
Yeah,
and CJ got sacked more often because Dalton Schultz wasn't out there getting open, or he was out there, but he wasn't getting open.
yeah,
It's a little scary for me, but like I said, I have faith that Brevin Jordan and Teagan will step it up, and
yeah,
hopefully maybe get a nice little breakout game from one of them. That'd be nice. One
yeah.
of
I
them
mean,
catch a
that'd be
touchdown or
nice.
something. Yeah,
I want to get into the keys to the game a little bit. Um, I think a big key to this game is the run game. I think one thing we
absolutely.
weren't able to get going last week was the run game. CJ Stroud led the team in rushing yards, which we've mentioned it on the review. I mean that Jacksonville front seven was fucking nuts last week. I
Yeah,
mean they were
Josh Allen
going
was
hard. He,
insane on that line, dude.
yeah,
Yeah,
and so I'm not shocked that they weren't able to get the run game going, but I hope we can because that's the key. When the run game is feared, when Devin Singletary is having these big days, when Damian Pierce is able to have these big days, obviously this is just very common football knowledge. That opens up the passing game. That opens up Stroud because they're worried about the run game. If they know they have our run game shut down, it might be a long day for Stroud and company.
yeah,
But if we can get Devin Singletary and Damian Pierce, that 1-2 punch we talked about a lot coming into this year, and I think Devin Singletary, like we've mentioned on the podcast before, is going to get majority of the reps. He did last week, and I know Pierce was coming off of an injury, but I'm interested to see how that goes out. Play count wise for each of them, but I think that's the biggest key.
yeah,
Just pound the
yeah,
rock. Um,
definitely. I'm looking here. The Broncos have been during their 5 game winning streak. They haven't been giving up a lot of ground yards,
mhm,
but they give up rushing yards.
a good amount.
Okay, they do give up rushing yards. Like James Cook had 108 rushing yards. The Vikings had success running the ball. Even the Browns, they only had a few carries because obviously they were behind quite
Yeah,
a bit in the game,
yeah,
so they had to throw the ball more. but every time they averaged 4.5 yards a carry. So I
Yeah.
mean, the Broncos' run defense isn't great. Their pass defense is amazing. Obviously, I mean they got Surtain and Simmons
Yeah.
on back there.
Hmm.
But you're right. I mean, run the ball, find those lanes. It might be a little bit harder now because the offensive line is now getting jazzed up again, with
Yeah.
Titus being out.
Of course.
But once you start pounding that rock early in the game, fuck it, listen to us, dude. We're so wishy washy.
I know.
We're like, stop running the ball, dude. Just
Stop running the fucking
throw it a good
ball.
play. And now we're like,
Yeah.
run it, dude.
Well,
We're
it is.
so
I mean,
fucking
when
stupid.
when we've seen the run game get going, because Slowick was so dependent on on running the ball. He wanted to run the ball all the time earlier in the year when it would not get going. Devin Singletary kind of changed that narrative a little bit. Devin Singletary was playing very well for a little stretch, and he's still playing well.
Mhm.
But last week was just a tough game. You can't really run on the Jags like that. But I
Yeah.
think that's the key. So I'm not going to give Slowick too much shit, um, especially in the first, second, third quarter. If he's really running the ball a lot, and not a lot. I mean, let CJ throw a lot. Still, I'm not saying that, Bobby. I know you watch, but the thing
Yes,
is, I
Bobby.
mean, still, I want you can try to get the run game going as long as it takes until that fourth quarter comes around. That's my thing.
Yeah.
Fourth quarter comes around, let's chill out, let's go with what works, especially if the game is close at that point. But I will not blame Bobby if he continually tries to get the run game going with Singletary and Pierce, and I think that's a big key to the game.
Especially if the game is close or we're somehow ahead at the time.
Yeah,
Like I don't want to say somehow, like well, what's fucking be going to be a surprise? I mean,
yeah,
impossible. But if we're ahead and we're trying to run the ball, I get that. If
yeah,
it's tied, we're trying to run the ball, I get that. But actually, now that I think about it, if we're behind, don't run the ball
yeah,
against them. Don't do it. Just try to get a lead or get the game tied. Then worry about running clock down and then cruising to a victory and a lead at the end of the game.
yeah,
Worry about that. Once you get the run game going, like you said, CJ will have a great day. I think he will have a great day, but he'll have even a better day
yeah.
if the run game's going.
Hmm.
One thing also, like on the defensive side of things, this defense is. I mean, we've been talking about it. It's frustratingly bend don't break.
Hmm.
I mean, it's just they bend so much. They're very flexible. They bend a lot. They've
Yeah,
been they've been real.
they
It's like, how are you bending like
yeah.
that? That's wild. I'm going to hot yoga tonight.
Oh,
I'm going to hot yoga. Maybe we'll see. But because I've never done yoga, but but like I'm thinking about it, I'm like, there ain't no way my body's gonna bend like that. And
no,
I see people doing yoga, and I'm like, how are you bending like that? I'm
yeah,
not like that.
no,
The
yeah,
Texans defense are just like that. I mean, and the Broncos have the perfect like short passing check down offense to like torment that bend don't break. They might be in the red zone a bunch this
yeah.
game. So
They
you
might,
really need to tighten it down in
yeah,
the short passing game and in the flats, dude.
yeah,
Because I mean, those Javonte Williams is gonna have like 5 receptions. His tight ends are gonna have field days. I
hmm,
mean, because they're gonna should be like kind of rolling out into the flats, and Russell Wilson kind of scrambling around a little bit,
yeah.
dump it off to his stupid tight end. I said stupid. Yeah, I don't care.
Fuck the
I can,
fuck
yeah,
them,
fuck,
dude.
fuck. I can't even name your tight ends, dude. Fuck off.
Yeah,
But
I don't know their tight ends.
yeah, no, that once you tighten that up a little bit, I think we'll have a better day on defense. But man, there is an opportunity for the Broncos to absolutely torment us on like third down.
Yeah, I mean the Broncos also are a team that, yeah, they're hot. They suck though, right? Like they're
They
not.
don't. The thing is, they don't. I don't know.
I don't know. I can't tell if they suck or not. I know their fans are going to be probably in the comments a little bit or coming to this video. They're another team I just don't have a lot of respect for at all.
I mean, I'm starting to respect them a little bit more because
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, they trusted the process, and
Hmm.
now they're vying for a playoff spot.
Yeah.
Okay, I respect that, and
Yeah.
also they have a very talented roster and coaching staff. They
Yeah.
do. Like on paper, you see this team 10 years ago on paper.
Mm.
It's like, well, I mean, not maybe 10 because Jerry Judy wasn't in the league, but it's like if I told you 10 years ago that I'm like Sean Payton is gonna be coaching the
Russell
Broncos with
Wilson. Yeah.
Russell Wilson, and they're gonna have two number one receivers,
Yeah.
and also good running, and also they're gonna have like a number one corner and stuff like
Hmm.
that. And
Yeah.
I would be like, oh, so the Broncos are they're fully contenders, right?
Yeah.
They're
Of course.
fucking so good, and he's like, no, but they're trying to be like, they're good on paper. You describe them, they are good, but
Russell
they don't
Wilson. Yeah.
play like that. I don't know. I see what you mean. I won't
Yeah.
say they suck because
I'll
when you're
win
winning,
there.
you do suck.
They'll get my respect if they win. If they beat the Texans this week. If they do that, all respect in the world. But right now, I mean, I
I
look at
won't
Russell.
respect them either way. How about that,
How
dude?
about fuck them?
Yeah, dude. How about like I'm pissed. I want to win.
Yeah.
I want to see CJ Stroud in the playoffs because hey, we don't have a single primetime game. I
Yeah.
feel like our primetime game should be in the
It
playoffs.
should
How
be
about that, dude?
absolutely. Yeah.
I was also thinking, since the Colts are also trying to get in the playoffs,
Hmm.
weirdly, I know that's
That's
fucking
so
stupid.
stupid.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
The Gardner Minshew. Our last game of the season is against the Colts. What if that one gets flexed to Sunday night? Because it's like the
Good.
last playoff spot up for grabs, and it comes down to this game. Whoever
Yeah.
wins this game,
It,
it could happen,
that
dude.
game is to be TBD right now.
Exactly. I
So
mean, we won't know until weeks down the road
yeah.
and how each team is doing.
Yeah.
But if it's like they have the same record and it's like whoever wins this game gets the seventh seed,
Yeah.
that will for sure be Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
And it'll be flex to Sunday night, and
God, the
hopefully be
Colts.
CJ's first primetime game.
Yeah, I mean that would be lovely. Also, the Colts are so infuriating.
Shambles if they beat us and get to the playoffs instead of
Why
us.
are they 6-5? Why?
Shambles,
Why?
shambles.
If Gardner Minshew, I don't
I
know.
think, dude. I think Shane Steichen,
Good
is
coach.
a great. I think he's just a good coach, man. And
Yes.
their roster like looks bad on paper, but they're playing well. They
Gardner
play
Minshew's
well,
numbers suck. He has 8 touchdowns and 7 picks.
bro. Their run game has been insanity.
Yeah, I mean Zach Moss and Jonathan Taylor have both been really good.
Yeah.
Also, I do want to talk about this. Nico Collins is sitting at 800 yards receiving right now.
Yeah, I mean,
Dude,
Nico and Tank both have chances. Definitely Nico and
mhm,
Tank too, because he's at 7 something.
mhm.
They might be both 1,000-yard receivers this season. Which, holy shit!
It's nuts.
When's the last time the Texans have had 2 1,000-yard receivers?
I mean, it must have been maybe a year with Andre
Maybe.
and DeAndre.
I don't think it's ever happened.
I was about to say I don't even think Andre and DeAndre did that.
No. No. They were close in 2014.
Did Will
DeAndre
Fuller
had
and
like
D Hop ever
1,200.
do that?
Huh?
Did Will Fuller and D Hop ever do that?
Will Fuller never had 1,000 yards.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I think about it. Yeah, no, we've never had
I don't think that's ever
two
happened.
1,000-yard receivers in I think our franchise's history.
Yeah.
So if that happens, that's like that goes to show you, like, oh shit, we have a game changer.
Yeah.
We have game
Oh,
changers
yeah,
now.
absolutely.
I mean, wild.
Yeah, that
But
starts with CJ. But gonna be a big game. Texans are favored by 3. Kind of wild, honestly. I kind of figured that would be a little bit closer. I thought Texans might be favored by like 1.5.
what's your prediction?
3's a bit.
I want to hear yours first, kid. Come
I
on,
think
goofball.
I'm scared. I'm really scared. I'm gonna say Texans win. Mm, I don't know. 19-16. There's gonna be a safety.
That's a terrible score.
Yeah,
That's a terrible score to a
I
terrible
agree.
game.
I agree. I agree. It's gonna be a
All right.
safety though. Texans are gonna have 17. And score 2 touchdowns, kick a field goal, and then Broncos are gonna be backed up, and then the Texans defense gonna force a safety. That is my prediction. If that happens, I'm the one, like CJ.
Yeah, we sure, man. Safe if that happens, I might tip off the CIA. I might be like, you need to see this. I'm like, you need to see this clip, and then what happens?
Yeah, I
'Cause,
don't
like,
know, but I
that ain't
mean,
right, dude.
I'm going to stick with that prediction, but I think the Texans win. I think it's going to be a 17-21 ish for each team kind of game.
Yeah. Any other specific predictions like
Nico
uh,
Collins is going to have over 115
holy
yards.
shit
Yeah.
against Surtain?
Yeah.
Where he only allowed Stephon Diggs to have one reception.
Well, it also, I mean, is
But
Sertain going to be on Nico?
probably.
Is Sertain
Nico's
just,
the number one option, man. I mean, I
is
know.
he? I
Yeah,
mean,
man.
Sertain,
Yeah,
I don't know.
man.
I could see them putting Sertain on Tank a little bit.
I think Tank is just going to be going around so much that you
That's
can't
true.
put
That's
one
valid.
corner on
That's
him.
valid.
Yeah,
All right. Well, you got a good point.
I think Tank's just going to go off again.
I think Tank is going to go off. I
I
think
think he's just going to have
here's
another
my
big game.
prediction. Here's my prediction. Tank has 2 touchdowns. That is my
Nice. He's
prediction.
on my fantasy team.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
All right. Um, One thing I don't do on this show, I don't get on here and fucking bullshit.
Mm,
I speak my mind, and that's
mm,
why I like say every day I don't have any respect for Jacksonville.
yeah.
You know what? For their fans, sure. The team itself and what they stand for, I don't respect them. I will be
I'm the
honest with you.
opposite. If I
And
respect anything about them, it's the team. I don't respect their fan base.
whatever. I don't have any disrespect. I don't. I'm indifferent to the Broncos. You know,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
saw I saw the Broncos drop. I saw the Broncos and Peyton Manning break the touchdown record on our fucking heads, on our skulls, when we were 2-14 in 2013. I saw that in person. So
Yeah.
I'm indifferent. Congrats. I'm indifferent, dude. But I'm not gonna lie and say that I think the Texans are gonna win. I don't think we're gonna win this game. I think it's gonna be
Whoa.
yeah, I just think it's gonna come down to Sean Payton and Russell Wilson with experience. It'll be close, obviously. I don't think we're ever gonna get blown out with CJ Stroud. It'll have to take a lot to blow us out. But I think I think the Broncos just kind of like they don't cruise, but they grab a lead and they kind of keep a lead. And we, no matter how hard we fight back, their defense will make few more plays than our defense, stop our offense a few times,
Interesting.
and it'll be frustrating. I think it's going to be a frustrating game again
Yeah.
because that's what happens when these must-win games are happening to your young team that shouldn't even be this good. You know,
Mm,
the overachieving young team with must-win games. The older, more experienced team, that wiser team will prevail. I'm going to
wow.
say the Broncos win this game 27-20.
Interesting.
They cover. It's going to be like they win by a touchdown. They make a stop at the end. Like we're trying to tie it up. They make a stop. It's like we're gonna be in the position to tie up the game
Yeah.
in
We haven't
16 overtime.
predicted a Texans loss, either of us, since I guess the Bengals game. So you're
Yeah,
saying the
yeah,
Broncos
that's the
are
last
as
time.
powerful as the Bengals with Joe
Yeah,
Burrow?
that was the last time. And I mean,
Wow.
Broncos are hot. We're hot too, but man,
That's
they're real hot. I don't know. I just have the feeling that
I have a
I'm
feeling
gonna
we're
be.
gonna win. I think we're gonna win. I had a
I do.
feeling we were gonna. I said we were gonna win. I had a feeling we were gonna lose against the Jags. Like genuinely, I was very scared going into that game.
Well, let me change my score real quick. I'll say 27-21 because I
Sure.
think CJ will have 3 passing touchdowns.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
All right.
Maybe also have a pick. I think he'll have a pick,
Oh,
but 3 passing touchdowns, and it's gonna be like, wow, how much can CJ do? And the Texans won't do things back for him. You know, like it's like, man, he really carried the Texans last week. We lost. Carried him this week. We lost. It's gonna be like, fucking, come on. We need to have players only
if the
meeting.
Texans
We need to fucking talk
lose
about some things.
this week, they're pretty. Making the playoffs is gonna be really hard.
It's still possible, but
But
yeah, no,
it's still
it
possible,
definitely.
but not plausible. I mean, it's gonna be a really big upward battle
Yeah,
to do it. So
I'm hopeful wrong about the Broncos winning. I hope I'm so fucking wrong, and I'll get on here and call myself an idiot, and I
yeah,
won't even care because it'll be Victory
of
Monday, and
course,
I'll
yeah,
be
yes,
smiling so hard. But I just have the feeling where it's like I'm gonna be excited. I'm
hmm
gonna be seeing them pregame warming up and the CBS boys talking, and I'm gonna be like, you know what, we're gonna fucking win this game, dude. I can't wait. It starts, and then immediately the Broncos drive it on the field and score a touchdown, 7-0.
yeah,
I'm like, fuck.
yeah,
Texas get the ball back and we kick a field goal or something, right?
yeah.
Then it's like, oh, okay, all right. Broncos can get back on the field. They score again, either field goal or touchdown. It's like, all right,
Well,
all right.
you know what?
It's gonna. I think they just keep a lead, and it's just gonna be like, damn, felt like we're so close, but we were never really there.
I just had a premonition, dude.
Oh shit.
and I'm not gonna go with this as my official one, but I just had a premonition. Saw it Final Destination style.
Yeah, I
And
was
be
about to
like,
say FD style.
yeah. um, um, I think the Texans. This is what I saw. Okay, this is what I saw in my head just now. I think the Texans beat the Broncos 45-20.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
That's what I just
What the
saw in my
fuck
head,
is wrong
dude.
with you?
That's what I just saw. I saw 45-20 in my head, and CJ Stroud throws 4 touchdowns.
Bro, I can't. I can't, dude. You fucking said we put 50 on the Cardinals.
We
Then we
should
said
have.
we'd win last week. And now you're saying we put over 40 on the Broncos against that defense?
45-20 against the Broncos.
They haven't allowed
Book
more
it.
than 25 points
Book
since.
it. I don't
Okay.
care. They allowed 70 at offsets. They allowed 70 week 2 at offsets. It's fine.
All right,
Yes.
man. All right. I hope
45-20.
you're right.
4
I
touchdowns
hope
for
you're
CJ.
right.
2 touchdowns for Tank. 1 touchdown for Brevin Jordan. And 1 touchdown for Damian Pierce. Well, a little boom in there.
If we lose, you saying all that, if we lose, I'm scared to what you're going to look like on camera next week. Are you going to have scar? Are you going to turn yourself into the Joker?
Yes. I'm
Are you going to be like fucking knife
yeah,
in your mouth and shit like
100%.
that?
100%. If we lose,
Yeah.
because I need the Texans to make the playoffs so bad. Like I need them. I need them. That would this year has been such a Cinderella story kind of thing. We cannot let that happen and then not make the playoffs. So
I'll
yes,
be really pissed. I'll be really pissed if we lose. How about that, dude? I'll
me
be so
too. I'm going to
fucking
be really
mad.
mad.
And I will talk shit
45-20.
on Denver.
45-20. If that happens, you have to pay me $100.
Okay. Yeah, I don't care. I'll be so happy that I will happily.
Yes.
I'll do the payments though. I mean, I'm not going to send you $100 full like
Oh,
straight
you
up.
can do like 20 a week. Yeah, through the
There you
month.
go.
There you
We'll start. We'll work something out.
go.
We'll work out like no interest or anything.
Yeah,
But
no. Well, we're buddies.
also, before we go, I talk shit on Jacksonville. I'm not going to talk shit on the city of Denver. It's a beautiful city, very walkable.
Perfect, amazing
It's
place.
very walkable. I went to that little. Hey, Denver, are you listening? That little thing that y'all built around the Brocky Stadium. That's dope, dude.
Yeah.
I wish we had something like that with Minute Maid. So I'm not going to talk shit on the city.
No, great city.
But
Love Colorado.
yeah, but
But
fucking your quarterback's stupid. I mean,
yeah,
he's stupid. He
yeah,
has stupid
dude.
commercials. He's a funny guy. So I want to laugh at him.
Yeah.
But before we get on out here, let's thank our sponsors one more time. Zing Zang Bloody Mary Mix. You can get regular, you can get blazing. The blazing is very spicy in a great way. You know, it's delicious spice. And then there's also pre-made with vodka in it already. So thank you, Bloody Mary, or thank you, Zing Zang Bloody Mary Mix. Zang responsibly. Thank you to Celebrity Mint. They have amazing memorabilia, including these Ric Flair trading coins that are legal tender. And like we said before, from Celebrity Mint, this signed, autographed Mike Tyson glove, this boxing glove. Someone won it. The winner is in the description. We'll remind you. Please DM us so you can get this awesome item from Celebrity Mint. And thank you, Celebrity Mint. Follow them on socials, the Celebrity Mint. And also thank you, Big City Wings, Houston's Wing Joint, Apollo's Wing Joint. I will be there Sunday watching the fucking game. Hopefully the Texans winning 45 to fucking whatever, -4.
45-20.
Yeah,
45 to
25-20. Hopefully watching that. So thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you.
Hell yeah. Thanks, guys. We really appreciate the support. Get that Mike Tyson glove if you want it. Check the description because that's such a cool item to have. Thank you, Celebrity Mint. All right, guys. Other than that, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Lets us know you like what we're doing. Follow us on Twitter at Apollo HOU and Apollo Texans to keep up with the Texans and everything else Houston sports related. And we're gonna have a lot of fun for the rest of this season, no matter what happens. This has been so fun, and we still have a lot of football left.
We have major Pro Bowlers on our team, so even if we aren't in the playoff race in a few weeks, it'll still be so fun to just watch CJ have a great season, Tank have a great season, Nico, all these guys who weren't even in the league or weren't having good seasons before. Now they're Pro Bowlers. So it's fun to watch them.
Tank's a Pro Bowler, Nico's a Pro Bowler, CJ's a Pro Bowler, Blake Cashman's a Pro Bowler, Devin Singletary's a Pro Bowler. Like, we have guys. Dalton Schultz is a Pro Bowler. Like, we have so many Pro Bowlers on our team. It's really fun. But
so let's just have fun. Let's take a deep breath and have fun. Have fun.
Deep breaths. All right, guys. We'll see you for
Back
the
in my
game
bag, huh?
review probably on Monday. So we'll see you
Conscious.
then.
All right.
Right, so
Watch Texans. Watch football.
down it.
Later.
Back in my bag and I ain't gotta brag. I do this shit for real.